The story begins by showing a couple standing outside a hotel called The Witch's Diner. It was written on the board that the hotel is only open after sunset and before sunrise in the morning. The couple left when they found out the hotel was closed, and as soon as they left, all of the lights turned on. The board also had magical writing that promised to fulfill wishes. We then see a man inside the hotel talking to the chef about his problems, and the chef prepares food for him. Later, we find out that the owner of the hotel, who is the chef, is actually a witch who feeds people with her hands and fulfills their wishes, but also takes something in return. The man said he was very poor and wanted to win the lottery to take care of his children. The witch gives him the dish she made and tells him that after eating her food, she will fulfill his wish, but he will have to pay for it. After eating the dish, the man wins the lottery, but he suddenly loses his eyesight, which was the price of winning the lottery. The witch and her companion leave the hotel and start looking for another place to live. Then we see Jin, a girl whose boss brought her and her co-workers to a bar where the boss's wife started beating both of them, suspecting her husband and Jin. For no reason, poor Jin was beaten by the boss's wife and came home wounded and crying. The next day, she asked her boss why she was fired from her job, and he told her that his wife suspected him. He had to fire Jin to avoid getting kicked out of the house. We are then introduced to Lee, a boy in high school who lost the race last year because he was injured. A girl asks him about his injury, but he leaves without answering. Jin's mother suggests she opens her own hotel instead of finding another job, and she takes Jin to a place where the owner is selling it. They buy the hotel with all its furnishings and utensils for 5 crores. At Lee's school, a gang was harassing an innocent boy and forcing him to eat their stale food. The boy starts vomiting during class, and when he goes to the washroom, one of the boys from the gang stops him, causing him to vomit again, ruining his uniform. Lee helps him, and they become friends. The witch is seen again near Jin's house, fulfilling wishes. The next day, only one customer comes to Jin's hotel because the old owner has opened a new, bigger, and nicer hotel right in front of theirs. All the customers are going there, so Jin and her mother decide to talk to the owner about it. She says, "Why did you do this? You sold us the hotel with your items and staff. Then that senior chef also came here because customers used to come to their hotel for the taste of food." Seeing him, Jin's mother realized that the owner of the hotel had cheated them and made a new hotel with their money. Because of this, those poor people started crying and begged the owner to close her hotel. However, that lady was so rude that she pushed them and threw them out. She called her guards, who further harassed them and forcibly removed them from the premises. Witnessing her mother's insult, Jin got angry and started fighting with them. This led to the police being called, and they arrested everyone involved in the fight, including the rude boys who beat up Lee's friend. At the police station, Jin explained to the officer what happened and demanded that there should be a case against the hotel owner. An hour later, another officer arrived and announced that they received a call from a high-ranking man who was actually the grandfather of the 3 rude boys. He was the principal of the high school and demanded their release. The officer immediately released them while continuing to investigate Lee and his friend. Jin protested, saying that the helpers should have been released instead of the rude boys. Eventually, the officer released both of them. As Lee was leaving, Jin told him that she knew he did not do anything wrong and warned him that people will use him as long as he remains good. The next day, Jin put up a notice to rent her hotel after becoming worried about the witch who smoked a magical cigarette and magically transformed her dress. Her mother called her and invited her to visit her sick father, but she refused because she did not like him. Later, the witch showed up at Jin's hotel and offered to buy it in exchange for fulfilling one of her wishes. Jin asked who she was, and the witch gave her a card and said she was a witch who could grant wishes. Jin jokingly said that she wanted to take revenge on the old owner of the hotel. The witch made a contract with her magic, took Jin's signature, and cooked a delicious dish that fulfilled her wish. After eating the meal, Jin witnessed a horde of rats attacking the old owner's hotel. While the owner was counting her money, an animal-like force entered her chest and killed her. Jin woke up the next morning thinking it had been a nightmare, but saw the police taking away the old owner's dead body and realized that her wish had come true. The story then introduces a new character, a homeless man named Bay, who returns his clothes to the washerman after using them for a job interview. He did not have any money to pay the washerman, so the washerman insulted him and chased him away. Jin visited the hotel that was now owned by the witch. She confronted the witch and asked if she had killed the lady for revenge, to which the witch denied it and accused Jin of killing her by wishing for revenge. Jin got angry and shouted that she did not ask her to kill anyone but only wanted revenge. The witch, also furious, pushed her down and said that killing someone was the ultimate form of revenge. Her anger caused chaos, but the rain suddenly started and extinguished the fire. Jin ran away crying. During Lee's school exam, his friend was caught cheating using his mobile phone. The leader of the rude gang called Lee's friend to trap him, but the teacher caught him and canceled his paper. Lee followed his friend after the exam, but his leg started hurting, so he went to the hospital. The doctor discovered a new injury that occurred while fighting with the rude boys and advised him to rest for a month. Jin came back to the witch's hotel and demanded half of its profit. The witch agreed to give her the profit, so Jin happily left. Lee visited his suicidal friend at the hospital, who felt useless and cowardly and could not fulfill his dad's dream of becoming a good player. Another witch warned the old witch to stop crossing her limits, or she would lose her powers. However, the old witch got angry and left. Lee contemplated suicide on the roof of a building, but changed his mind when his friend called and said that he would fight instead of giving up. Lee felt encouraged and removed the thought of jumping from his mind. The witch's companion came to the hotel and changed its design with his magic wand, making it more modern and beautiful. Jin liked it very much and asked the witch's companion who he was. He introduced himself as the witch's shadow. The witch arrived and gifted Jin a small tree-shaped pot and a broom, which Jin guessed could be used for flying. Jin started working with the witch at the hotel and asked why it was only open at night. The witch responded that someone would come. Lee visited the hotel and encountered Jin and the witch again. Jin told Lee to go to another hotel and eat food, but the witch could fulfill one of his wishes if he gave her something she wanted. Lee enjoyed the food that the witch prepared for him, and she gave him her card before he left. Jin asked the witch what Lee had wished for, but the witch did not answer. The next day, the witch kept Lee at the hotel because his dad bought a new house nearby. Meanwhile, Bae was giving an interview wearing nice clothes, but due to hunger, he had a stomachache and was rejected. That night, Bae's sick mother called him asking for money to buy medicine. He took a knife and went to the witch's hotel, threatening Jin and demanding money and food. The witch arrived and Bae put the knife on Jin's neck, demanding more from her. But when he saw the pot speaking, he lost his mind and fainted. Later, he apologized and explained that he needed money for his mother's treatment and had not eaten in a long time. Jin and the witch asked Bae about his wishes, and he said he only wanted a small job. The witch offered him a job in exchange for his fingers, which she considered beautiful. She cooked black chicken for Bae, and he ate it voraciously. As he walked happily in the streets, he saw a man attacking a girl and tried to stop him, but the man pulled out a knife and attacked Bae. The police arrived, and Bae lost 2 fingers while defending himself. He began to suffer and remembered the witch's words when she said, "Your fingers are very beautiful," meaning that his wish came at the cost of his fingers. The black smoke took his cut fingers and placed them in a vessel in front of the witch. The next day, while Lee was in school, a group of ill-mannered boys started harassing a boy again. Lee intervened and told them to leave him alone and not harass anyone else. He threatened to complain to their grandfather, the principal. Later, Lee showed Jin a video of Bae who had somehow risked his life and saved a girl who lost her 2 fingers. The police decided to give him a lot of rewards for his bravery. Jin had another dream where she saw Bae's cut fingers and became so scared that she ran away, returning to her childhood. When she woke up, she fell down, and a woman held her hand. She saw a scary girl with her and woke up in fear. Lee's friend returned to school after many days and was welcomed by Lee but harassed again by the gang of ill-mannered boys. This time, Lee's friend stood up to them and was not afraid. Jin asked her mom if something happened to her when she was 5, 6 years old, and if a woman came to meet her. Her mom avoided the matter and told her it was just a dream. When Lee and Jin were returning from work, Lee asked Jin if she would go out to eat food with him on the day off. She agreed, and they went to a hotel where Jin ate leftover food, even though the witch forbade her from doing so. After eating, Jin's health became strange. Jin saw a famous writer while shopping with her friend who had a lot of fans. Later, when she was leaving, the writer met her in the lift. She fell, and he caught her hand. When she held his hand, Jin started thinking a lot. The next day, when the writer was being interviewed on TV, Jin remembered that he took her number and called her later to return his pen, which had fallen in the lift. When Jin went to Lee's hotel, the witch's companion tried to make him drink alcohol and told him not to expect too much from anyone because it would lead to trouble. Finally, an old woman was seen waking up her 40-year-old son like a child who had a simple mind and was very lazy. The old woman was worried about him as there was no one else to take care of him. Jin began to feel happy when she thought about the writer and started liking him. Meanwhile, Lee expressed his desire to leave high school and go to university to his dad. Lee's dad immediately agrees when he expresses his desire to leave high school and enroll in university. The next day, he canceled his admission and told his friend to take care of himself. He then said goodbye to the gang of ill-mannered boys and went to meet Jin at the hotel. The old woman brought a sweet dish for Jin to eat and asked her how old she was and if she was single or married. She showed Jin a picture of her son, who she wanted to marry off, but Jin refused, saying she already liked someone else. The witch comes to the hotel and asks who sent someone away hungry from her hotel. Later, Jin tells the witch that she has been having strange dreams about her childhood and a woman and can read people's memories. The witch says these are her God-given abilities and that she must choose which path to take. Bei tells his soon-to-be wife about the witch's hotel where wishes are fulfilled. The old woman sitting next to them asks if it's true and goes to the hotel to ask for a good wife for her son in exchange for her memories. Jin chooses a dish to erase the old woman's bad memories, but instead, she loses all her memory and cannot recognize her son. Jin gets angry at the witch and leaves the hotel, vowing never to return. Lee is also missing Jin, and the old woman's son drops her off at a nursing home, but he misses her and cries a lot. Jin goes back to the hotel to meet the witch, who was missing her too. The witch tells Jin that she cannot cancel the old woman's wish, but she should watch their story unfold till the end, to see whether they are happy or not. The old woman's son finds a wife and gets married, and slowly, the old woman's memory begins to return. Jin goes back to the hotel and meets Lee, who is happy to see her. The next day, the old woman's son gets married, and Jin and Lee congratulate them. However, Jin sees the writer at the wedding and follows him to another hall, where he is celebrating his daughter's first birthday with his wife. Jin is devastated to learn that the writer is already married and has a daughter. He confronts him, and they get into a fight, which leads to the police being called. Jin's childhood memory of her aunt telling her mom that she is not her real daughter resurfaces, and she confronts her mom about it. Her mom assures her that she is her daughter and that trouble is a part of life. Finally, Jin's dad apologizes for his mistakes and gives her a picture. The witch tells Lee that she is banning her hotel so he doesn't have to come anymore. She started remembering all the moments she spent with Jin. In a little while, Jin also returned. She said to the witch, "I went to visit my mom and dad." And now we are shown a dream from Jin's childhood where she fell. A woman held her hand and picked her up. It turned out that the woman was none other than the witch. In the present time, Jin said to the witch, "You were with me until I grew up from childhood, Mom." Upon hearing the word Mom, tears came to the witch's eyes. Jin said, "I have known the truth. You are my mom. My coming to the hotel was not a coincidence. Rather, you were always keeping an eye on me. You saw all my troubles so that you could help me." Now the witch started telling her story and how she met Jin's dad. She told Jin that one day she went to the art gallery where she saw Jin's dad, and they liked each other. They started meeting, and eventually he asked her to marry him. They got married, but later she found out that he was already married. The revelation broke her and made her very sad. The witch went to her mom and asked for a wish that her husband's child could never be happy. This is the curse that she gave. She gave her mom the price of fulfilling the wish, and in return, she became a witch herself. Later, she found out that she was going to be a mother, and her child getting cursed meant a curse to her child. That's why she went to her mom and told her to return her wish. Her mom said that the wish could never be taken back, but if she wanted to save her child from curses, then she should give her to someone else who would raise her better than her. That's why she gave Jin to her mom. Jin was very sad and started asking, "Mom, why did you take me away from you in my childhood?" The witch said that there was no other way. She wiped her tears, and Jin prepared to take revenge on the writer by making food for him and becoming a witch herself in return. Lee went to the university to give the entrance exam and met his friend there. His friend told him that the gang of ill-mannered boys was expelled from the school because they had to get punished one day. The witch with her companion prepared food and invited Jin, her mom, and Lee to eat. Everyone was eating and was very happy with each other. Lee got a message that he passed the test, which made everyone even happier. After this, the witch and Jin's mom were talking to each other. The witch thanked Jin's mom for taking care of her daughter, and Jin's mom thanked the witch for giving her Jin and making her life complete. Jin told Lee that she didn't curse the writer, but she asked the witch that he should always be happy with his family because we should be good to bad people too. The next day, the witch said goodbye to Jin and told her that she was going away for a few days but would come back soon. After she left, Jin ran the hotel because she was now also a witch. The next day, Jin became exactly like the witch, while Lee became her companion and shadow. The witch's companion gave Lee his magical wand, on which the name Lee was written. After that, customers started coming to the hotel. A girl came and told Jin that she wanted to write a novel but couldn't think of a topic. Upon hearing this, Jin made a dish for her and said in her mom's style, "Everything has a price. For the witch, you too have to pay a price, and I like your wrist." The girl was thinking about what to write when she saw "The Witch's Diner" written on the screen, which made her happy because she got the topic to write a novel. The next moment, she started writing the novel, which meant that Jin would fulfill people's wishes and take the price from them, moving her mom's work forward. Because she was very good and kind, she wouldn't harm anyone. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I always love hearing from my viewers, so feel free to leave a comment below with your thoughts on the video or any suggestions for future content. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.